It's But we have seen the Spectre. I personally believe Enchantress should completely destroy a Spectre lane. But when they played against EG, he actually had like the most CS in the game against an Enchantress lane. So maybe they figured out some magic that we haven't. But on paper, the matchup is really bad.
It happened a lot of times, and then I would kind of want to watch a replay and then see like the tactics, how he did it. But it's been like consistent where Ana does really well against this Enchantress lane. Even though they were losing the lanes last game, Bloodseeker had like 30 CS when Enchantress had like 15 CS.
I like that they did this. This is kind of like a steal in a way, in my opinion, too. Because they know that LGD could be looking at that one for themselves. So I think that's a really good pick here for OG. They take out, I know, LGD, they took out the Bat Rider and the Zeus, not the Pugna. So they want to like protect their Enchantress as well, so you're not in that really, really painful matchup.
I mean, right now OG is lacking in damage, big time. They have like 0 damage right now, especially in the early game. And I guess Topson will have to make up for it with a mid-hero.
And Zeus and Bat Rider are the amazing heroes against Terrible Lady as well, so they're protecting it as well.
It's
most
like
of their heroes, right?
So LGD got push power, they got late game. Looking for 2 supports, the FY. What's a good FY hero here?
It's not so popular in this meta, but like Clockwork will be amazing against Silence and Earthshaker so far. And then it does really well with Enchantress in the laning phase. But it's not so good against the Spectre at the moment. You can just dagger out of it, and then who knows, OG might pick really good cores against it. So
what needs to happen for us to see an FY Rubik again?
I was thinking the same thing. I was hoping.
Because there's an Earthshaker, you know, it's a good one. Fingers crossed.
I mean, it's possible. We don't know what they're thinking, but they prefer the position 4 teamfight heroes rather than like the Rubik, who's more like a reactive hero rather than an initiator. So they're probably looking more like the X-Nova Bane, the other staple, his Witch Doctor and his Bane. I would say his best 2 heroes.
Yeah. That's the protect the lane.
They go back for the Pugna, of course.
Yeah, it has to be.
They lack damage so much, and they definitely needed something like that.
Great versus the 2 big cores that they showed already, the Enchantress and Terrorblade. Yep. Saying. This Pugna also works pretty well with Spectre, not like any type of combo, but you're pressuring the lane super hard, so you're alleviating a bit of pressure off your Spectre. You're trying to take towers early on too.
We have seen a lot of Pugna from Topson, but it can also be flexible and depending on how the mid lane goes, where Seth playing Pugna with the Earthshaker in the off lane.
Yeah, he's being off lane.
Great point.
As well. So they're looking for a position 4 FY. Definitely need team fight. They have 0 team fight right now.
I'm liking Clockwork here again against the Pugna.
It looks like such a good Clockwork game.
Clockwork is amazing here. Yeah. The other hero would be maybe a Winter.
Tuskar. I think I want the position of 4 heroes here. There's Spirit Breaker, Tuskar, Earth Spirit, or Clockwork. This kind of heroes.
Yeah, I was thinking Clock and Tusk. I think Tusk it can be a little annoying versus the Silencer in the mid game, especially if you're going for some type of save. But you can put that aggression early on.
But they're definitely lacking in team fight then if they do go for that route.
That's a good point. And it is the Clockwork.
Good call.
Clockwork Goblin.
The Clockwork expert over here, March.
No, that's one of my worst heroes from the offense. I hate that hero, but.
All right, what are we lacking?
I mean, PSG right now, they're definitely just looking for pickoffs. They don't want to team fight. They want to have the Bane sit like behind the Terrorblade while he's split pushing, then catch like 1 or 2 heroes trying to kill him. But like in team fights right now, they're very inferior, and to be able to fight them, they need a lot of items. They definitely need the BKB on TB. If he gets that, he's pretty much unkillable for them. And that's like the timing they're going to be looking for.
So we need a team fighty maybe hero.
Yeah, or just like a pusher in general, something like a DK, something along those lines.
How
something
about
that can pressure.
I'm okay with Lina here. Like Lina just being, I guess, a blind pick going into their draft.
But Lina is pretty bad against Spectre in the mid game. If he ever jumps on you, you feel pretty uncomfortable.
We'll take out Queen of Pain.
Yeah, of course, the summon is special. Last pick Quap.
I'm thinking something that can just give them damage in team fight. Because I also, LGDs, they lack some damage in the mid game at least. Yeah, they've got the impetus and the metamorphosis, but they need something else to be able to go through this Pugna in particular. So I want some spell damage.
Do you have to worry about the Broodmother from Seth? I have seen him play it, but it wasn't that good. And maybe
I mean, Brood is always a concern. So I'm not entirely sure how good they are with it.
They ban out Invoker.
They banned the Invoker.
So
They
Ember
are
Spirit could be
expecting-
quite good as well. Yeah, maybe Ember.
He gets his Mirana.
He gets his
They've got the Bane. They've got the Clockwork for setup as well.
But now it's like all on split push. They're not looking to teamfight at all until they get 2 BKBs up.
Mirana is one of the good heroes against Spectre too, where like if you just Moonlight when Spectre uses ult, it's good.
Yeah, there's the instant Arc Warden. So it is going to be that off-lane Pugna like you had mentioned.
And isn't Arc Warden really good against Terrorblade and both the Mirana? Like we have seen VGG when VG plays against VGJ, it was really good, right?
It's good versus Clockwork too, right? It's a lot harder for the clock to actually find.
Game 3, ready to go. Here to lead you in, it is Professor Nahaz.
Well, I thank you, Shiver. I think I'm ready for a game 3. How about you guys? All right. With the first picks in this draft, these teams have put themselves on a little bit of a timer. Enchantress is 10-4 in this tournament in games that end before the 40-minute mark. She has a losing record at 5-7 in over 40-minute games. Spectra, as you would expect, is completely the opposite. She's 8-3 in games that go beyond 40 minutes, only 7-12 in games that end before that mark. We are going to get to see the Ame Terrorblade in this game. 31-8 since TI7. That is the 6th most wins of any player-hero combination in professional Dota. Watch for that early tower pressure from Thompson. He has 14 tower kills before the 13-minute mark in this event. That is more than all but 5 teams have in this tournament. Game 3 between the Chinese superpower and the upstart European champions OG. Delivering you all the action, we've got 2 of the most iconic voices in Pro Dota 2. Here are Toby1 and Cinderin.
Thank you very much. I have to correct Shiva. It's Professor Oak that sends us over. Hello, everyone. I cannot wait for this Game 3 to begin. Game 1 and 2 were absolutely awesome. Game 3 looks like we're going to go the distance. Nice late game picks.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to see it, but it feels like the game where Terrorblade will not win late game. Like, you look at the other side of the board, and the late game lineup from OG and their team fight is just exceptionally strong. So I don't know if this is a position that Ame has been in a lot on his Terrorblade, where he should maybe have second thoughts about going very late with his TB, because absolutely both lineups have a lot to show in that late game. But as for the early start of the laning stage, you have one lane with Spectra and one lane with Arc Warden, not the absolutely strongest lanes you can have. And the other side, obviously, we saw the Enchantress of Chalice last game. I think Nahaz hit the nail on the head. You're definitely going to see a clash of timings, and LGD will be more skirmish heavy, whereas OG's team fight is quite something. So
OG is already trying to prepare to get the early advantage. I'm seeing 2 Spark Wraiths just sitting on either side of the top route, and X-Nova's going to tank him up already. Does no one have to deal with that 13 seconds from now? It's all about how many runes you can get, and because there's really only Silencer and Anna's hiding in the trees on the bottom lane, it looks like LGD will claim 3 of the 4 early bounty runes. Nothing like a good start.
And I'm looking forward to seeing this bottom lane. We had in the OG versus EG series, I believe it was, Anna was playing a safe lane Spectre and ended up getting really good farm. I think S4 was on the Enchantress that game and Fly was on Phoenix, and he was playing a safe lane Spectre and got really good farm. So I'm curious to see if LGD will be conceding a lot of farm to Ana as well in this case, or if they can pressure him out. In many ways, this lane is weaker than the Phoenix Ench. We'll see. No-Tail was Bane in that game, though. That is worth noting. A lane dominator, probably stronger than Silencer in most cases.
Yeah, but if Silencer can get the harassment out, at least he's got something. And he just can't attack very fast against the Enchantress is his bigger downside. The Bane is up for LGD on the top lane, working with Ame against Seb and the Earthshaker Jirax. So a small change up by having Thompson come off that Pugner and go onto the mid Arc Warden. And he wants a real good matchup up against Somnus. As much harassment as he possibly can get early on. And that bottom lane, this is when observers get worried at TI. How do you see that first blood? Ame on top lane needs Metamorphosis to wear off, but then again, you get a double Centaur Stomp. This is one way to do it. Nervousness is gone. If that Battery Assault can connect into No-Tail, is able to do so. Barrier Assault, it'll wear off. It came back over again. Anna tanked up a little bit, but No-Tail, he'll get away. Only barely, though.
FY, I think attack moved the ground and redirected to the Spectre because No-Tail fogged him for a moment. That's a costly mistake. That's first blood not going their way just yet. And they had such a great setup from Chalice there.
And they're going after Chalice on bottom lane. They may just have enough damage, but no. Nature's attendants are there to attend.
Oh, FY coming in behind now.
Battery assault, cogs him up. The Centaur can't get through. It's going to time out, so we won't actually be able to get the stomp off. So now it's FY. The No-Tail needs to slow him down, curse him up, so there will be the kill going the way of Chalice. No-Tail cannot harass back to get a rebuttal.
A new camp already available for Chalice. We'll be getting the Hellbear Smasher for 45 seconds.
Yeah, they're going to block this up or something. Spectral Dagger flies forward. It's only the last word. 25 HP is still alive.
Yeah, it's going to heal up to full now with the attendants and play aggressive once again. So this time, Ana's not looking too hot in the early laning stage, but still finding some CS.
OG and Hoshi just having trouble with the bottom lane, but how's the other lanes looking? 12-2 against Somnus' 10-4, so it's pretty even for Topson as well as Somnus. And Seb's harassment on top lane has been pretty good as well. Hard to stay in that lane where Metamorphosis is down, but that's why they put the Bane up here. Such a great lane controller that Ame can find the space to get the CS. Man, FY does not want to let No-Tail anywhere near this. He actually stacks up the camp so they can get a new one for the Enchantress.
Oh, that Wild Wing's actually going to be super annoying. Spectre hates this creep.
No way to deal with it.
Yep, no real way to deal with it. They have no stun. They can maybe get a last word out on the Wild Wing if No-Tail gets vision when it's tornadoing, but doesn't seem likely right now.
Somnus seems to be having a pretty decent time in the mid lane.
It's pretty even.
Got harassed back a little bit more, but hits the arrow, follows up with the Starfall, but Topson puts down the Spark Wraith, and well, Somnus can't really do much about that. Then again, same thing on the bottom lane. The Tornado has arrived up on top lane. Seb and Jirax able to combo together to kill off X-Nova. Levels the board up at 1 apiece. But Ana is just in a, well, he's looking a little bit more windblown than he normally is.
Yeah, this is very annoying for him. No-Tail isn't looking too hot either. He's got 2 Town Portal Scrolls.
Mid lane, he's coming in with the Battery Assault. He's going to try and cog up. This will allow Somnus. He's got a Mango, so he leaps in to the Starfall. They want the quick kill onto Topson. Even the extra Starfall connected, but support arriving from No-Tail and Jirax. He has no mana, though. He cannot cast the Fissure, even though it's off cooldown.
Just a 10 mana short. Tried to use the stick to get enough mana earlier, didn't have it. And now that he got one more stick charge, it was on cooldown, so he couldn't get it. LGD grabbed one, and they got, was that both TPs? I think Shaker and Silence are both TP'd mid to try to help out Topson, so that's a really big kill.
They got both of them, and now FY is rotating bottom lane. He found an Invis Rune in the bottom river, so they're going to try and have a crack towards Ana. Spectral Dagger is up, however. This will make it difficult, but FY with the Battery Assault. Ana holds the dagger, and the cogs push him up. He cannot walk back. He can only fight or go through the trees to the west. He's chosen the second option, trying to juke away from the Battery Assault, but every single one from FY is able to connect.
Oh, and this will be 3 or 4 bounty runes. No-Tail looks like he's trying to steal away one of the Dyers. It's probably going to cost him his life here.
Yeah, he'll lose his life.
He's going to get it, though.
He doesn't have enough life to actually sustain against FY. Battery Assault comes off cooldown right now, and that's a level 2 Battery Assault. So FY will get the solo kill on the level 4 Silencer. You may have claimed 1 bounty, but they'll lose the other 3 and the Silencer.
Like the play from FY there, choosing to taunt over attacking. A little bit of mental damage.
Well, this is OG. They're the kings of spammers, except they're more voice liners.
Big early lead here, though, for LGD. Having a 2k gold lead in the laning stage of this game is going to play a big role.
It's a nice little pull over from the Radiant side. Going to pull the Dark Heat Wave down because FY will try and
all over the
capitalize on this. Finds Jirax. He TP'd up towards the top lane looking for the kill, and the Cogs will lock Jirax in. Nothing he can do but die.
He's just looking at him again. Hit him, dude.
No, no. Real men don't look at kills. They just stand there and taunt. And now they can control up the 6-minute rune. Arcane for the top. FY is looking at it, but he doesn't need it. Oh, okay. No-Tail will take
Unfortunate.
it. Denied.
Nice. Somnus will be wondering what the hell just happened because he saw Topson
cocked up again. FY, he never stops. He just keeps going. Long life battery. X-Nova will find the last hit. And OG.
It's so funny to see, like, we haven't seen Clockwork the whole main event, I think. I think 0 games. It might have been 1, but I don't know. No game comes to mind. And then FY just pulls it out, and he is like destroying this early game.
It's 100% participation rate.
3-0-3, 6 minutes in. Kills in all 3 lanes. And he can do this because of the matchup bottom being so naturally good for the Enchantress. She doesn't need help. So,
and he's going to get the Observer Ward in mid. Sure, why not? Buff up FY a little bit more. Wait until he gets level 6. Wait until the hookshot comes online.
It's very dangerous for Arc Warden to deal with. Especially if you look at a Blade Mail somewhere down the line for FY.
Anna's already left to Shrine up. Level 6 has arrived for Chalice. This harassment is going to be a real pain for Anna to deal with. He needs friends, but right now all those friends have moved towards the top lane.
Still, though, OG's heroes look pretty good on CS. It's mainly been the bounty runes and the kills that separate the 2 teams right now. Obviously, having to buy that extra bit of regen hurts as well for Ana. He bought so many tangos. Well, he's got his Haunt online now, so OG could be planning a play top.
Oh,
I do think that's exactly what they're going to do.
He can land this Fissure onto X-Nova, then get that quick kill, but Clockwork, here's your rotation once again. FY always wanting to be involved. You get the stuns over on Seb, Cog block him up, and where's his Spectral Haunt? It ain't coming. They're not finding the fight they were looking for. So OG, they're just going to accept their losses. Somnus even arrives to kill secure over on Seb. As Jirax's Fissure allow him to run to the east. He has TP available. And thanks to the Observer Ward, some pretty decent vision.
Oh, they saw him now. Daybreak.
Yeah.
But they're not trying the arrow just yet, at least. Somnus could try for it if he wants to. Looks like he will just be heading back toward that mid lane. There's a wave coming in, so.
There's actually space getting created.
Oh, like, Ana, man. It's so hard.
Yeah.
Every time he tries to get a CS, he will take a few hundred damage. And yep, he has to TP back to base to